Welcome to the show. It's been a while. And the problem is, this world has been flipped upside down. You don't think so? Just go to your regular grocery store where you can walk down the beer aisle and Bud Light is sitting there along with Michelob, Budweiser, and all their other little conglomerates. I'm Steve. This is my brother,
Bobby.
Bobby. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Steve. How have you been?
I've been busy.
Yeah,
We
too.
have been busy.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff going on in our own personal lives. Believe us, we wanted to make fun of what's going on because there's a lot of it. We just have not had time.
Nope. No, speaking of beer though, you can go to Costco now and get a 30-pack of Bud Light on clearance for $14.
I know, isn't that nuts?
That's funny.
Certain areas of America, Bud Light and Budweiser products, Anheuser-Busch, Anheuser-Busch, sales are down up to 29%.
Yeah.
It's just going to continue.
Actually, they're over 30% now in bars.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, I'm sorry, but no guy is gonna want to go into a bar trying to pick up some chick and holding a Bud Light.
Right.
Hi, I'm a feminine little bastard.
Oh man, you just get roasted by your buddies.
By your buddies, even girls. Dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I was telling you this weekend, I went into the liquor store, right?
Yeah.
With a female friend of mine, and she had no idea what was going on with Budweiser.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got back to my house, and I showed her, and man, she just about lost it.
Here, watch this. Watch this here.
What do you got?
Holy shit, you guys, it's true. You turned into a tranny.
Oh man, that's great.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. There's only so much you can make fun of this. It's actually pretty sad.
I don't drink Bud Light.
Like that just threw itself away.
Oh man, dude, my hands are dirty.
Well,
I should have washed them when I came
busy. But no, that just kind of goes to show if people would actually step up and boycott these companies that are doing this crazy nonsense, trying to push this narrative down everybody's throat,
mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yep.
Let them go bankrupt.
Right. And, in that little fake apology, it wasn't even a fake apology. She had no regard for customers of Bud Light when she said that we knew that we were going to lose a lot of customers, but we're focusing on the new generation of drinkers. So that right there tells you that they have no, relationship with their customers. They don't care about their customers.
Yeah, they're not in touch.
And I'm sorry, but, I don't know one 20 or 30-year-old, like a younger drinker, 20-year-old, whatever, that they're okay with this either. Whoa, I just went out of focus. There we go. I mean, it's insane. But so they're catering to a younger crowd. All the younger crowd, they're not with it.
The people that they're catering to, here's the funniest thing. Now, here's a deep thought, right?
Deep thoughts with Steve.
Deep thoughts, yes. Okay. The woke, that small group of people, because I'm sorry, it is a smaller proportion of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Americans that were voting for this are waking up to it.
Right.
That woke group, they're not going to have kids. They're against having kids. They're all for abortion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're against bringing kids in.
They got two penises or two vaginas.
Right? They can't reproduce. Sorry. Okay. Why are you catering to that? Because in the long haul, they're not going to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
What is that saying? That the gay people rely on straight people to make more gay people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the more crazy that occurs, the more pushback you're going to have on the nuclear family
Mm-hmm.
to be pushing against this.
Yeah.
If I had to do it all over again, no way, man. I'd be slapping those teachers. What are you trying to feed down these kids?
Well, imagine how it is now.
Well, it
You
was
know?
bad when my kid was going.
Yeah, but that was over how many years ago?
Well,
I mean,
not that many. I'm not that old, man. Whoa,
okay, all right,
youngster. Hey,
dude. No,
you still got one that's about to start school. Okay, so
I know, starting over.
mhm.
But that's one thing we talk about all the time is that man, we don't know. We're gonna have to see how the first year is.
Homeschool.
Yeah, that's a lot of work though.
And if it gets to that, that's going to end up strengthening the nuclear family because someone will have to stay home with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
educate them. It will put the public school system out. Okay.
Right.
And really, what good are they anyway?
Mm-hmm.
They're poisoning especially our young girls. Wow, the garbage that they're feeding into their heads.
Yeah.
Don't think about family. Don't. I mean,
That
women have a small window.
that's been going on for a long time.
Oh, I know, but now it's like they're shoving it down their throats.
Mm-hmm.
You're no good unless you have a degree. Yeah, not really.
There's plenty of people I know with degrees that are just complete pieces of
How about miseducated?
No, they're
They come in. Yes, they
what
leave the colleges with a degree, thinking that they know everything.
okay, but
And
in life
no
they just
knowledge
turn
of
into big piles of crap.
no common sense.
Right.
Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, but
I'll
then
agree
just an
with you on that.
all around prick. Like they know better than everybody else because they once heard it in a class they had.
Sure,
No kind of life
professor,
experience. Right.
a professor that's never really stepped into the real world.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta, yay,
Yeah.
fight for this, fight for that. But in the long haul, I mean, take gun rights, right? Gun rights are there for our protection against the tyranny of our government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is the basis for it. But yet, anti-gun activists, aka, aka, young kids or leftist adults that really,
Brainwashed. They're all
yeah.
brainwashed.
I mean, what basis are they trying to? You need to turn over your guns.
Like, how did we
Really?
go
What?
from
When did a
liberty or
gun
death
kill you?
to take my freedoms?
Yeah,
What is that? Like, these kids are dumb, and it's the colleges and public school systems, even the private school systems, depending on the teachers, that are messing these kids up. They're messing this country up,
mm-hmm. Oh
and
yeah,
we're going
absolutely.
downhill fast. Look at all that changed in 4 years, 3
Wow,
years.
2 years especially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the very first day of our current administration, when he was shutting down pipelines. Really?
First day, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was. Did you see that last night with Donald Trump on CNN?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I don't watch CNN, and I didn't last night.
He was on CNN.
He was on CNN.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I can't believe you didn't hear about this.
Mm-mm. Dude, I've been busy, man.
Well, I know, but this was insane.
2 hours ago, 12 hours ago. This is
I
probably
was
it, right?
watching
Walked himself into some trouble.
what?
Haberman says Trump walked himself into some trouble.
Who's Haberman?
I have no idea.
Some libtard.
I don't know. 6 hours ago, what did we learn from Donald Trump CNN? Man, okay, I wish you would look for the clip because I don't know what I'm looking for.
Okay, basically, it was a what do they call that? Town hall thing.
Okay,
where he sits down and he's supposed to be getting asked questions from the audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
The CNN narrator, I think her name's Caitlin, whatever. It just
irrelevant, yeah.
Idiot. Instead of her dictating and trying to get the crowd more into it, what did she do? She kept trying to interrupt Trump, trying to fact check him on stuff that was true.
Yeah.
Stuff that was testified. Oh no, he didn't testify that. No. It was the craziest thing. If you get a chance, definitely watch it. It was supposed to be like an hour and a half. CNN was getting her butt whooped so bad they cut it down to like 70 minutes. It was, oh my God, it was great.
If I do find something, I'll edit it in the video right here.
Will you continue to give Ukraine money and weapons if you're elected? What's the answer?
I have a very good relationship with President Zelensky because, as you know, he backed me up with the phony impeachment hoax #1 when he said the president didn't do anything wrong. So
that was
I happen
when you
to
asked
like.
him for an investigation
so I happen to like. Yeah,
weapons.
that's right. And I was totally exonerated. By the way, just a waste of time and money.
You were impeached over that. You were impeached over that, but let's stay on topic here, Mr. President, because the question is, would you give Ukraine weapons and funding?
I was impeached by a crazy woman named Nancy Pelosi.
But the question here is, would you give Ukraine weapons and funding if you were elected?
I would sit down. Let me just put it a nicer way. If I'm president, I will have that war settled in 1 day, 24 hours.
How would you settle that war in 1 day?
Because I'll meet with Putin, I'll meet with Zelensky. They both have weaknesses and they both have strengths. And within 24 hours, that war will be settled. It'll be over. It'll be absolutely over.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country. Now,
can I just follow up on that? You said you don't think in terms of winning and losing. Mr. President, can I just follow up on that because that's a really important statement that you just made there. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying. And I'll have that done. I'll have that done in 24 hours. I'll have it done. You need the power of the presidency to do it.
But you won't say that you want Ukraine to win. You
know what I'll say? I'll say this. I want Europe to put up more money because they're in for 20 billion. We're in for 170, and they should be. And they should equalize. They have plenty of money. They should equalize. I got with NATO, when I sat down, I got them to put up hundreds of billions of dollars that they weren't paying under Obama and Bush and all of these other presidents. That's why they're able to help them fight the war because of the money I got. But I want Europe.
What's happening in Ukraine,
excuse me, I want Europe to put up more money because they're laughing at us. They think we're a bunch of jerks. We're spending $170 billion for faraway land, and they're right next door to that land, and they're in for 20. I don't think so.
When it comes to your documents, did you ever show those classified documents to anyone?
Not really. I would have the right to. By the way, they were declassified after. Not that I can think of. Let me just tell you, I have the absolute right to do whatever I want with them. I have the right. I was negotiating with NARA. Do you know what NARA is?
The National Archives.
Extremely left group of people. Extremely left. And I was negotiating with them. All of a sudden, they raided my house. They didn't raid the house of Joe Biden. They didn't raid Obama.
But Joe Biden didn't ignore a subpoena to get those documents back like you did.
And so that's the question. 1,850 boxes.
But that's the question that investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Do you still have any classified documents in your possession?
Are you ready?
Do you?
No, I don't have anything. I have no classified documents. And by the way, they become automatically declassified when I took them. But
no, you
why?
Have to declassify
Let me ask you a question. Why is it that Biden had 9 boxes in Chinatown? And he gets a lot of money from China. Why is that? And why aren't people?
Mr. President, no, you cannot
why aren't people bringing that up? And why don't they put this guy Jack Smith and his group of thugs? Why don't they put him in charge of that?
Many people's bills are up several $100s a month, including mine. If elected president again, what is the first thing you would do to help bring down the cost to make things more affordable?
Drill, baby, drill. You know about that. So we were energy independent. We were soon going to be energy dominant. And nobody had ever done what I did. We got oil down to $1.87. Actually, it fell lower than that in some cases. We had to save the oil companies. The price was getting so. We were doing incredibly. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country, probably the greatest economy in the history of the world. We were energy independent, soon to be energy dominant. We were going to be bigger than Russia and Saudi Arabia put together ×2. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any other nation. Any other nation. And these stupid fools ended it.
Okay, but it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, off of Trump. Not going to talk about Biden.
He's not worth talking about.
New York. All right, we all have heard about this.
We can play this video.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, here's an ad.
I love ads.
All right, let's bring in trial attorney Mercedes Colwin. And Mercedes, great to have you here in our New York City studio. Daniel Penny's lawyer issued a statement saying Neely had a documented history of violent and erratic behavior, the apparent result of ongoing and untreated mental illness. When Mr. Neely began aggressively threatening Penny and the other passengers, Daniel, with the help of others, acted to protect themselves. Will they be able to prove that was the case?
That's a great question, because really it's the totality of the circumstance at the time of the chokehold, not the past history. It's what was Jordan Neely doing at the time that David Penny and the other passengers were very afraid. We know that there were 5 calls to 911. The first call was about erratic behavior, threatening behavior of Jordan. They didn't know who it was at the time, but Jordan Neely was the individual that had been described in that 911 call. So those 911 calls become very critical, because you have to look into the minds of not just David Penny, but the others. And we see that other passengers were actually assisting David Penny. So if criminal charges are going to be lodged against David Penny, we will have to see what happens with the passengers that helped as well.
All right. Well, the family of Jordan Neely has issued a response to Daniel Penny's legal team's statement that I just read you. Basically calling it a character assassination, saying, quote, Daniel Penny's press release is not an apology nor an expression of regret. It is a character assassination and a clear example of why he believed he was entitled to take Jordan's life. He never attempted to help him at all. In short, his actions on the train and now his words show why he needs to be in prison. Obviously, emotions extremely high for both families.
Extremely.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with the impaneled grand jury. The grand jury.
Okay. Since that video has come out, he is now being charged with manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to look at it this way. The voters of that crazy city, they're getting what they voted for.
Mm-hmm.
However, the unfortunate thing is, now remember a couple months ago you had a woman on one of those trains.
Don't say it.
Getting raped.
Yeah.
By another crazy. Emotional damage. What this is doing, okay.
Were charges brought up on him?
No, I don't even know. I don't know enough about what happened to the guy that was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But my point on this is just simply, you're opening up the floodgates for more of that crazy stuff to occur, because I'm going to do this, and if you try to stop me, you're going to jail.
Look at what happened with cops. You know, like with when they were completely justified for a killing of a criminal, you know, they would get brought up on charges, right? Now, when you're taking citizens, no one's going to protect anybody anymore.
Right.
Like you said before we were talking, Mad Max.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I mean, that is, it's opening the door to criminals saying, come on to New York, you could do whatever you want, you're not going to get charged for it. You know, and I think that's what they want. That's their voter base. That's why they keep these people not having felonies. They give them little misdemeanors, slap on the wrist, and let them back out. You know why? So they can vote.
Mm-hmm. New York, L.A., Chicago. 3 biggest cities in America. They're all destined for the MM labeling.
Yeah.
Sorry. You don't like me saying that. You think I'm a little obsessed with that, but that's true. That's where we're going.
It makes sense. It's sad.
Hey, I've been screaming this stuff for how many years, man?
Mm-hmm.
It's been an ongoing thing. But I am actually very, very happy that you know, I'll watch YouTube or I'll see people out and about and start talking to them.
Yeah.
And I hear, you know, they were former Democrat backers, former Biden backers, and they can't stand what's going on.
I know.
So, yes, the tides are churning.
You're never going to meet an ex-conservative.
No. No.
Like, I've never ran across that. Like, oh, yeah, I switched parties because that party just didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you know, it's always reversed where it's ex-Democrats are now leaning to the right, you know, and you don't have to be full-blown conservative. You could be in the middle, but there is no such thing as the middle when it comes to the left. I think conservatives are now the middle because that's the only place with common sense.
Right. You know, I still get, you know, kind of bothered with the whole and that group called Antifa.
Ugh.
Well, no, because they're supposed to be anti-fascist, right?
Yeah, well, they're hypocrites.
All they are is fascists.
Right. Yep.
You either listen and follow what we tell you to, or we're going to scream and shout during any kind of speech or anything you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And they all dress in black like there's some, you know, hardcore whatever. But in all reality, they're just a bunch of scrawny little fags.
Indeed.
I hate them.
Hey, you don't have to pick on the gay community like that.
But, yeah, I don't want to diss the gays. I don't want to diss the gays by including Antifa with them. But no, there's a difference between gays and fags.
True.
You know, I know gay dudes that called other gay dudes fags because I asked them, I was like, what do you like? Isn't that like a bad word for you guys? And he's like, no, he's like, that guy's a fag. You know? He's like, there's a huge difference, you know?
Oh, man.
But yeah, I don't know, man. We're not headed in a good direction.
No, but I do see a light at the end.
It's far away.
Well, it was you have to watch that thing with Trump from last night.
I do.
It was fabulous.
I got to get back into news. I've been not doing that for a while, but
I mean, the best thing about it was the whole crowd in a CNN studio was hooting and hollering for Trump against his crazy narrator who, yeah, no.
You should have told me that was on, and we could have did that live.
Dude, you've been so busy. I've been so busy. I was actually happy to just be mellow for a moment last night.
Yeah.
And I'm watching that and I'm like getting all pumped up. Yeah. Go get her.
Oh man, but did you hear what he's doing with power plants, putting all the new restrictions on power plants?
Who are we talking about? Biden?
Yep. They proposed some bill where it'll restrict their output and everything like that because of carbon emissions and blah 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 just for coal and natural gas plants.
Yeah, you know what's really funny about that? Okay, if you look at the numbers, China is like tenfold.
Oh yeah,
the pollution that we do.
Mm-hmm.
That whole what did they call that crap that Trump got us out of? That
Paris Climate Agreement, or the Paris Climate Accord.
I mean, China isn't even expected to make any kind of changes for like what 20, 30 years, or something ridiculous like that.
Well, you can't.
And by that time, economically, they're going to be so far advanced,
right?
Because we're holding back, we're restricting ourselves.
Mm-hmm. You can't cut off one source
without being able to move into the other one.
Right. There's no backup. They say, oh yeah, electric. Where does electricity come from? Oh, well, no, we'll get it from wind. Okay. Yeah. That's real. That's real reliable. Look at all the places in California that have wind energy. Look how many blackouts they have.
I used to think it was kind of a joke when they would talk about those windmills killing birds.
No.
But dude, look around. Birds, where are they? They really aren't. They're not around anymore.
I got some by my house. That reminds me. I was outside earlier. Me and my wife and my youngest were outside, and she points up to the sky and she's like, airplane. At that moment, I was like, man, you are not gonna, like, for some reason, it just clicked in my mind, like, you are not gonna grow up how I grew up.
Mm-mm.
This is just, it's sad.
Well,
they're not gonna know what complete freedom is. They're not.
Okay, hold up though. You were like at the very tail end of what freedom was, where like the parents would kind of just let you be and kind of go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do know there were some kids in your class that were already being hovered by the helicopter moms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it was already being interjected that way.
I'm glad mom was never like that. Like I would leave, in the morning. I'd go ride bikes with my friend, and then I'd be back, around dinner time.
You mean doing what kids were supposed to do?
Right.
You might stop in for lunch during the summer, eat,
mm-hmm.
and then go right back out.
Right. Well, not even eat. You go back to the house and get a drink from the hose, and then go back.
I can't believe you guys did that. No way.
Dude, I still do that when I'm outside. I still drink from a hose. I'm not going all the way back inside to go get some water.
Childhood, for the most part, was fun. It used to be. I think I would be going absolutely nuts. And
you wouldn't know any different.
I wouldn't, but I'd be bored. Be slobby.
Well, that's why everybody has such a short attention span now. It's because apps like TikTok and... Huh?
Did you say something?
Wait, I don't remember.
What?
Like apps like TikTok where you got 5-second videos and it's just on to the next. I don't know.
We have a hard time keeping our videos down under 10 minutes.
Right? Well, look, it's been 23 minutes now. But I don't know. Look, we can't even start stay on one topic,
No, because there's so much garbage going on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that'll wrap it up, though.
It's a good idea. You guys have a good night.
Later.
Talk to you again.